this is tough. It's complicated work. But he and his team, and I can tell you this because I've seen it firsthand, they work really hard. And yeah, sometimes they have to course correct. And sometimes they have to replace people when they believe they're not well suited for their jobs. It's okay. And everyone, and I mean everyone, is held to the highest standards. So when you read this New York Times story, and I urge you to do so, compare it for a moment to the accounts of how the Biden White House worked. And I'm telling you, there is no comparison. Biden would not even have understood what these Trump advisors were saying. Obama actually would have understood it, but he wouldn't have wanted to take the political risk on going into Iran. And George W. Bush, well, he probably would have just agreed with everything Bibi said, but not Trump. He vacuums up the information, he peppers people with questions, he thinks about it, he makes the call. This is the way.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got another classic case of MAGA media gymnastics that you just have to see to believe. So just a few days ago, Laura Ingraham was on her show sounding pretty skeptical. She was straight up questioning whether President Trump was fully briefed on how complicated and serious this Iran situation could get. She even asked out loud if he really understood that this wasn't going to be some quick in-and-out operation. She sounded concerned. She was pressing the point like a journalist actually doing her job for once. But fast forward just a short time later, and boom, total 180. Now Laura's sitting there praising Trump to the skies. She's calling him a thoughtful and methodical decision maker. She's saying he's detail-oriented, careful, and basically the perfect leader handling this crisis like a pro.
Now, this detailed reporting by the Times further put to bed any concern, including one expressed by this host, that Trump was somehow not adequately briefed of the risks. For example, General Kane discussed the danger of depleting our munitions in Iran. The president was also careful to consider the legality of the entire action. So his White House counsel, David Warrington, weighed in saying it was legally permissible in terms of how the plan had been conceived by U.S. officials and then presented to the president. Finally, the president was briefed about the political fallout of the operation. His comms director, Stephen Chung, warned that Trump had run for office opposed to further wars. People had not voted for conflicts overseas. The plans ran contrary to everything the administration had said after the bombing campaign against Iran in June. How would they explain away 8 months of insisting that Iranian nuclear facilities had been totally obliterated? So that was brutal, right? But Trump wanted to—
Wait, what? The same guy she was worried might not fully grasp the gravity of the situation is now suddenly a master strategist? This is peak Fox News in 2026. When Trump is doing something they like, he's a genius. When there's even a hint of risk or pushback, suddenly the questions come out. But the second the narrative shifts back to full support mode, all criticism vanishes. Look, whether you love Trump or not, this kind of flip-flopping from the so-called conservative media is exactly why a lot of people don't trust them anymore. They don't have consistent principles. They have consistent loyalty to one guy. It's almost impressive how smoothly they switch from, "Is he really prepared for this?" to, "He's the most careful decision maker we've ever seen." What do you guys think? Is this just normal political commentary, or is it straight-up hypocrisy? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. We've got more coming on the wild world of American politics. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.